Everybody wants to know the same thing before they move to Colorado. What's it actually going to cost me? So in this video, no vague, it depends, I'm giving you real categories and real numbers for living in Arvada. And I'll tell you where your money goes further and where it doesn't. I'm Jessica Kress. I live here and I help people relocate to the area. Quick honesty note, I'll give you current figures as of when I'm filming, but markets move. So treat these as your starting point. I'll help you get exact numbers for your situation. Let's break it down.
Housing is your biggest line item, so let's start there. As of right now, the median home price in Arvada is around $615,000 to $650,000, depending on which source you look at. Now, that's the overall median. It really depends on the type of home. Condos run around $425,000, townhomes around $475,000, and single-family homes around $640,000. And the newer builds out west near the foothills tend to run higher than that. And here's something worth knowing. If you're buying, prices have actually cooled a little, depending on the source. Arvada's down somewhere between 2 and 5% year over year. Homes are sitting on the market a bit longer than they were, and there's more inventory to choose from. That doesn't mean it's cheap. It isn't. But it does mean buyers have a little more breathing room and a little more negotiating power than they did a couple of years ago. If you've been waiting on the sidelines, this is a friendlier market to step into than the frenzy we saw before. If you're renting first, which a lot of relocators do, a typical one-bedroom runs about $1,600 a month, and a two-bedroom closer to $1,900. A whole house more than that. And quick honesty note on the market, right now there's a decent amount of inventory and homes are taking around a month to sell. So buyers have a little more room to breathe than they did a couple of years ago. Here's one area where Colorado historically has treated homeowners relatively well, but it's been changing. So I want you to have current info, not old talking points. Property taxes here are assessed through Jefferson County. And here's the good news. Colorado has some of the lowest base property taxes in the country. In a lot of states, you're paying 1, even 2% of your home's value every year. Here, the county effective rate is right around 0.5%. So, on a medium-priced home, the county portion is roughly $3,000 to $3,300 a year. That part's a genuine perk of buying here. But now, the part I really need you to hear, because this is where people get blindsided. Metro districts. A lot of the newer neighborhoods in Arvada, places like Candelas, Leiden Rock, and other newer developments sit inside what's called a metro district. And a metro district is not an HOA. It's a quasi-governmental entity that borrowed money to build the roads, parks, and infrastructure out there. And it pays that debt back by adding its own tax on top of your county taxes through something called a mill levy. And this is a big number. That same home where the county portion is $3,000, inside a mill levy metro district, your total annual property tax bill can be $10,000, $11,000, even $12,000 a year. So, if you're shopping and you see two houses at the same price and one has a property tax bill 3 times the other, that's almost always a metro district. It's not a mistake. It's a completely different monthly cost, and it's the single biggest thing people forget to factor in out there. I'm not telling you to avoid them. Metro districts pay for genuinely nice new amenities, and plenty of people happily buy in them. I'm telling you so the number doesn't ambush you before you fall in love with a house. Ask me to pull its actual tax bill and the Metro District disclosure. I do it for free. and it's the difference between a payment you plan for and one that wrecks your budget. Utilities. Most of the metro runs on XL energy. The nice surprise is, electricity here is actually about 20% cheaper than the national average. But once you add gas, heat in winter, plus water, sewer, and trash, your all-in utility bill lands around $250 to $350 a month, higher in the coldest months. One heads up, XL has rate increases rolling out through 2026, so this is trending up, not down. Everyday stuff, groceries, gas, eating out, sits right around 2% above the national average, so a little pricier than the country as a whole, but not widely so. One real cost people forget, because it's sunny and dry at altitude, you'll spend more on things like humidifiers, moisturizers, and sunscreens, and, thanks to hail season, the occasional windshield or roof. Two costs people moving here don't see coming. One, homeowners insurance. Colorado is now one of the most expensive states in the country to insure a home. Hail, wind, and wildfire have pushed premiums way up. A lot of homeowners are paying around $3,000 a year or more, so budget for it and get a real quote before you buy. Don't guess. 2. HOA fees. If you buy in a newer development or a condo or townhouse, those can add anywhere from around $150 to $500+ a month, and they vary a lot depending on what they cover, so it's worth understanding before you fall in love with a place. That's actually something I dig into with every client. So roughly, your housing is the big number. Your base property taxes are actually low for the country, but watch out for metro districts, which can triple that bill in newer neighborhoods. Utilities are manageable and cheaper than most places on the electric side, and the other sneaky ones are insurance and HOAs. Add it all up, and Arvada lands as a mid to higher cost metro, about 2% above the national average, but with a quality of life that, for a lot of people, more than justifies it. You're paying for location, sunshine, and mountain access.
If you want the exact numbers for your budget and the neighborhoods that fit it, that's the whole reason I make this stuff. My free relocation guide below has a cost worksheet you can plug your own situation into. Grab it, or book a call and I'll run real numbers for your move. Next week, I'm heading over to Golden, the honest guide, including why it costs a whole lot more than Arvada. Subscribe and I'll take you there. I'm Jessica. Thanks for watching.